Why K-pop idols don't make money? Yes, I phrased that question a little bit more open-ended than what I could have, but I did that for a reason. When you look at K-pop idols, they're wearing the latest fashion, going out to fancy events, looking like they live the lap of luxury. But in all reality, majority of them don't even make enough to live. This first was brought to me a while ago when Fiestar's Chalu expressed in a TV show that she has no income. And she is no fresh face in K-pop. She's 32 years old and she's expecting to live off only $450 a month. That is shocking numbers that I think a lot of K-pop idols go through. Now, the reason that this is happening to K-pop idols is because of the system created by K-pop companies called the Breakeven System. Now, it's not a new system. The Breakeven System has been used and continue to be used to this day across the world. But basically, the Breakeven System means of all the years of training and classes that these K-pop idols go through, the preparation of completing a song or an album, the music video shooting, the photo jacket, photo shoots, everything that you need in order to prepare for a debut or a comeback, the company pays for. They pay for your education in learning how to dance, rap, sing, write lyrics, produce, everything they want to teach you. But you have to pay that back. And the payback system isn't that lenient. So let's say you're a K-pop idol. Congratulations, you made it. But you spent, let's say, 4 or 5 years training. Those 4 or 5 years is an investment by the company into you. And that company wants their investment back eventually. And so how do they get that investment back? Well, from the money that you earn by going out and doing promotions, selling albums, and everything a K-pop idol does. But it's not that simple, and it's a system that doesn't work that fast for a K-pop idol to get out of paying back the company to actually start making real money. Now, you've probably seen a variety show or like a reality show by your favorite K-pop group of their dorm, a place where the whole group lives together and that's where they stay most of the time. That dorm is paid for by the company. The food that they eat is paid for by the company. Almost every living expense is paid for by the company. But again, let's go back to the break-even system. When everything is paid by the company, that is more money placed on your debt. That is more money that you have to pay back eventually. So if K-pop idols are building up all this debt and money that they owe to the company, when do they pay it back? Well, that's where the numbers get a little bit more foggy. Each company has a different contract they have with their K-pop idols. They have their own agreements that they agree to, so numbers aren't that specific. But one number that is the cost it takes to debut a new group. In an article, JYP revealed that it takes 900 million won to train a new K-pop group. In US dollars, that is almost $1 million. More specifically, $845,000. Now that is just debuting. That is probably the biggest expense a company has in their K-pop idols. Another expense is comebacks. It is a bit cheaper, but a mini album, not a full album, costs 12 million won to record and 15 million won to produce. So you're looking at a total of almost 30 million won for just a mini album, not a full album. That is just a music. Now the music video. A music video shoot can cost up to 150 million won. Plus there's album jacket shootings, that is also another 20 million won on top of that. Once a K-pop group has everything they need, a song, photos, music video, they're ready to debut. But in order to get their name out there, they need marketing. And so marketing through music shows will cost you 500 million won. That is the cost to have a choreography, backup dancers, outfits, and makeup. And so the final tally for a K-pop group to have a comeback is $1,335,493.86. Pocket change. I mean, you know, oh my god, I could live forever on that. So why did I spew all those numbers? That's just an idea to give you how much a K-pop company spends in order to have a K-pop group debut or come back. That ends up on the back of those K-pop idols to pay back. Let's say a K-pop group is successful enough to where they promote and surpass that 1.3 million that the company has invested into them. Just a rough estimate, it's probably more than that. Then that is when they can finally make money. They broke even through the break-even system, and they can start making some real money. And those numbers are a little bit all over the place. There is a huge disparity between the top earning K-pop idols and the lowest earning K-pop idols. Millions, we're talking millions. So think of the break-even system kind of like a strict college loan that you have to pay back. In college, they give you a little bit of time with a low interest and low payment every month to pay back your college loan. But in K-pop, they take everything. But they also give you a place to live and every living expense that you need. And they're not making little to no income. I'm sure through a lot of companies it's a little bit different. They probably are making a little bit while they're, you know, a new group and they're still trying to break even. K-pop company wouldn't be that cruel to have them have no money to, you know, spend on their own thing or, you know, give to their family to support them. Would they? But here's the sad thing. A terrible statistic says that if a K-pop group debuts not in the big three, then their chances of staying in debt are longer and higher. People love to talk about the big three privilege or the big four or how many big companies there are now. And to some extent, it's true. Those groups get more publicity and become more popular and become the most popular groups of that generation. And so their risk of having a huge debt and staying in debt longer is a lot more less than, let's say, someone that debuts in a middle tier to a lower tier K-pop company. Those K-pop companies don't have much backing them. So majority of the time, that is when you see a lot of K-pop groups disband. It is a weird system, and it's a system that's been used since the beginning of K-pop in the 90s. Don't get me wrong, it was a lot stricter and harsher in the 90s. Now it's a little bit more lenient. K-pop companies are being a little bit more empathetic to these K-pop idols, but that debt and that low income is still a huge part of K-pop. When you see your favorite K-pop idol group, most of them are in debt. And most of them aren't earning a living wage. And their success is the make or break for them. It is a huge risk these K-pop groups are taking. It is a huge risk each individual K-pop idol is taking training these years. It's a tough system, and it's a system that has been working so far, but you know, it does have its flaws. I don't want this to be depressing, but when you see your favorite K-pop idol, know that they love this craft, not for the money, but for the passion of what they do. They wouldn't be there if they didn't love what they do every single day. So don't think of this as a depressing statistic. Think of it as a real statistic, something that is happening in K-pop that we can acknowledge, that maybe we can build upon and make a better system. As K-pop gets bigger, as K-pop expands, as K-pop evolves, so does the break-even system, and maybe a whole new system will be created. Basically, when you look at your K-pop idol, don't think that they're balling, okay? Although they look really good in every single clothes. Just know that they love the craft, that they're passionate, and just recuperate that love and show them that you really love and care. Support them the best way you can, because we love K-pop and they love making it. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. I hope you did enjoy, and I wanted to make this one for a long time, you know, to tell people that it isn't all what you see, and it makes you think. A lot of these K-pop idols and groups are taking a risk trying to be a huge K-pop group, but we love them for the efforts, we love the music, and what else can I say? And if you really enjoyed this, why not get this video a like, check out my other videos off to the side, and please hit that subscribe button and that bell for much more. And I think it's about that time. KCON's happening, and I want to be there again. So if you can help out by filling out the form in the link down in the description, by suggesting internetsnathan as a special guest for KCON, I will be gratefully thankful. I would be thankful if you fill that out. And why not tell me on Twitter and Instagram so I can give you a shout out as well, because you guys are the best, and because you deserve it. You put in the work. You type my name and you click the submit button. That's too much work. And if you want to help out a little bit, why not head over to my Patreon and consider supporting as little as $2 a month. That's it. I'm working on perks, so if you can give me some ideas, I'd be happy to hear them. Maybe something to do with these kinds of videos that I do now. And if you want to just treat it as like a tip jar, that would be a great thing too. The sponsored thing I want to get on YouTube, but I meet all the criteria and YouTube won't give it to me. So I'm here. So please fill out the KCON link down in the description. I really much appreciate it, and I hope to see you all there. I love meeting you guys. I love meeting all the people at KCON. Beautiful, beautiful people. And please hit the like, comment, share the video. Anything you can help out on the algorithm, Papa bless. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Hope you guys did enjoy, and why not follow me on my Twitter and Instagram at internetsnathan, and you can talk to me. That's what social media is for. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Annyeong.